Hi, Tiny Stage viewers. My name is Matt Conroy. Thanks so much for coming and watching this show today. The first song I'm going to play today is a song called Genessee. I grew up on the banks of the Genessee River in western New York, and for a long time, all I wanted to do was leave. It's the kind of place where you can't stand it while you're there, but once you leave, you realize how special it was, and that's exactly what happened to me. I ended up traveling the world, living in Oklahoma, Georgia, Alaska. I did a deployment to Afghanistan in the Army, and I really kind of lost myself while I was out on the road. And about a year ago, I went back home after some really personal issues that I was having, and I found a lot of peace and serenity on the banks of the Genessee River, and I wrote this song and put it on my first project, which is called Ever Higher, and that can be found wherever music is sold and streamed. So if you like it, I would very much appreciate it if you could go and give the rest of the project a listen and give me a follow on social media, and we can stay in touch from there. So here's Genessee. Baptized in the fire of a life out of control, I fast became a liar, and I had to soothe my soul. Oklahoma winds only fueled the mighty flames, couldn't even be drowned out by Louisiana rains. Turns out the place that I broke from was where I'd be set free. I doused all my demons in the river Genessee. When I need reminding who I am and where to find him, I go driving on back home. The simple place puts me at ease, the mighty rolling Genessee, the only place I'll ever need to go. Out there dying of the thirst for something more than God. All the faiths of earth I searched turned out to be frauds. Alaskan sirens called to me, that's where I took my march. Seraphic lights in my eyes left my throat still parched. Oh, turns out the place that I broke from was all the proof I'd need. Satiated my mighty thirst in the river Genessee. When I need reminding who I am and where to find him, I go driving on back home. The simple place puts me at ease, the mighty rolling Genessee, the only place I'll ever need to go. I'll stand here on the dirt bank feeling richer than a king, as the water flows by endlessly, breathing simplicity. This one's Cans of Memories. Made a call while passing through. What would my old buddies do? Would it be the same? Could we be the same? They rushed over, beers in hand, threw their arms around me and said, man, we're glad you're home. It's been way too damn long. We drank down another round, Bocephus blaring in the background, like it used to be back when we were young and flying free. Glory days no longer here, but not quite to our golden years. A point in time I wished I could freeze. We were just cracking into cans of memories. Cleared blurry Friday nights, running from the cops and winning fights. We've got some scars, but man, they're ours. Brought up all our stupid bets, reminisced about the girls we'd never get. They'll come our way in a dream someday. We drank down another round, the possum playing in the background like it used to be back when we were young and flying free. Glory days no longer here, but not quite to our golden years. A point in time I wished I could freeze, just getting drunk on cans of memories. The night came to its end, they stumbled out the door. I knew right then those men were brothers I'd never had before. Drunk on a past as fine as wine, I couldn't wait for the next time we pulled back on the tabs once again. Someday we'll drink down another round, Johnny Cash jamming in the background like it used to be back when we were young and flying free. Glory days no longer here, by then might be our golden years. Point in time I wished I could freeze and put them on ice for now. The cans of memories, cans of memories. Memories. This next one is called Broken Gutters, and it's about the trouble that you get into as a young man, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I'll let the song speak for itself from here. One night I tried sneaking up to a nice young lady's room. She told me, go climb the gutters, both my folks are home. Well, my way was way too much, I caught those gutters way off guard. My first fall from grace woke her dad, he chased me from the yard. Later I was rounding third in the backseat of my car with a girl I didn't really love, but we were being smart. Well, broken gutters take many forms, and for 2 long weeks I had stress of a man 3 times my age at only 17. Now that I am grown, I see all the trouble caused by the seeds I've sown. I was damn uncouth, but there ain't no fixing all the broken gutters of my youth. That dorm room bunk was rocking, my friends were down the block. I fibbed when she asked me if I fixed my broken lock. They came in without knocking, she fled into the night. I had no remorse, she was my ex and I lied out of spite. Now that I am grown, I see all the trouble caused by the seeds I've sown. I was damn uncouth, but there ain't no fixing all the broken gutters of my youth. This next one is called Sweet Angie, and it's a new one that I'm working on right now, and it's about that time of my life that I told you about with Genessee, where I made a lot of bad decisions and I put myself into some really bad situations. And this song actually takes place before Genessee, but it was the kind of catalyst event that made me go back home and realize what I really needed from this life. And this person, Angie, is that person, or is that thing that I need from my life. So I hope you enjoy this one. I'll confess I've got a bitter heart that drove me drunk into another's arms. Now I'm curled up in this hole of my own actions I've condoned, wondering if our love has bought the farm. Somewhere in the Carolina darkness, this dark brown bottle of mine, I see the juxtaposed position that I've gone and put us both in is only gonna bury me in time. And I want out of this hole I've dug, sweet Angie. Forgive my wrongs, forget my faults, I want them buried here. Toss me a line, I swear I'll climb as fast as I can. Sweet Angie, won't you save this bitter man? Sweet Angie, won't you save this bitter man? Growing up, I saw the worst of love. I was taught commitment would leave me confined. The girls I loved were victims of cruel chance and happenstance to meet me in that awful state of mind. I want out of this hole I've dug, sweet Angie. Forgive my wrongs, forget my faults, I want them buried here. Toss me a line, I swear I'll climb as fast as I can. Sweet Angie, won't you save this bitter man? Sweet Angie, won't you save this bitter man? I'll confess I've got a bitter heart. It's made a mess of my life yet again. My misanthropic mindset made me push you far away. Now that you're gone, I miss my friend. And I want out of this hole I've dug, sweet Angie. Forgive my wrongs, forget my faults, I want them buried here. Toss me a line, I swear I'll climb as fast as I can. Sweet Angie, won't you save this bitter man? Sweet Angie, won't you save this bitter man? This next one is called Dust on My Six String, and it was the first song that I ever recorded in a studio, like a real studio. And it's just a song about kind of like the irony behind being paralyzed about needing to write but not being able to write, and because of an experience that you're going through. And so that's where this song kind of came from. And there'll be an acoustic version on my next album, and I really hope you enjoy this one. It's called Dust on My Six String. You left echoes our past. Just walked out the door, no strings attached. For all of my fretting, I'm still standing straight. How long can I last? Dust on my six string reminds me of all that is gone, and it hangs in the air with notes that once filled our song. Despite all my pride, I'm hollow inside and barely hanging on, and the dust on my six string reminds me of all that is gone. I found a new lover, feels nothing like you. The curves of my guitar feel like a stranger's too. Confined in the case of my silent soul. How do I break out? Dust on my six string reminds me of all that is gone, and it hangs in the air with notes that once filled our song. Despite all my pride, I'm hollow inside and barely hanging on, and the dust on my six string reminds me of all that is gone. This deafening silence is more than I can bear. I'd write up a song, but my heart just isn't there. You're in every verse, you're in every line, and what's worse is that you'll never care. So why do I? Dust on my six string reminds me of all that is gone, and it hangs in the air with the notes that once filled our song. Despite all my pride, I'm hollow inside and barely hanging on, and the dust on my six string reminds me of all that is gone. Yeah, the dust on my six string reminds me of all that is